children, so let's carry on with the module 4, and we have completed till 16th paragraph. No, it's till 15th paragraph we have completed, and 1, 2 and 3 modules we have done it. So first module is all about how did he get the sloth bear and how was it named as Bruno. Yes, and the second one, the very unfortunate incident of consuming the poison and how was it rescued. Third one, the turning point in the story. It was sent to the zoo as it was causing a lot of discomfort and inconvenience for the people around. And to avoid the complaints from others, narrator had to take this step of sending it to the zoo. Then what was the effect on Bruno and his wife? Both of them were fretted, in the sense they were very anxious and they have become so restless, and both of them have stopped the intake of food. Then one fine day, when she could come to know that even Bruno also was facing the same problem, and Bruno was also missing her so badly, and she could not control herself, and she has asked her husband whether would he be taking her to the zoo, or like if she is allowed, she would like to go of her own by taking a car or a bus or a train of her own modes of transport. Then what did our narrator do? He said yes, fine. He could not stop her anymore. Then she was about to start and she was taken to the zoo. So as she was starting to go to the zoo and all, what the people around said and all, we will come to know in 16th paragraph. Page number 116, children, please open your textbooks as well, having your running notes along. Friends had conjectured that the bear would not recognize her. Conjectured, the word is used. Conjectured is nothing but wrong opinions, like misperception we usually call it. People started giving their own wrong opinions because she thinks it's a wrong opinion. People started giving their own opinions. If at all you go to the zoo also, what do you think? It's an ordinary wild animal. Do you really think that it still thinks about you? It still identifies you? Do you really think that it's going to miss you so much? No, it would not even identify you. It would not even recognize you. Unnecessarily you're taking a lot of pain to go to zoo, traveling so long, that is 87 miles. So that the bear would not recognize her. I had thought so too, but while she was yet some yards from his cage, Baba saw her and recognized her. So even narrator also had made up the same opinion, maybe as it's only an animal, that wild animal, it's not tameable any time. So maybe it may forget. There are chances, and maybe what the other people they said could also be right. But by the time she entered into the zoo, and she was not even very close to Baba's cage also, but Baba could recognize his mistress. And how did it express it out loud? Let us see. Baba saw her and recognized her, and he howled with happiness. Then he started making sound with happiness, immense happiness, because as soon as he could see his own lovable mistress in front of him, his happiness is unexpressible. She ran up to him. Even mistress also was missing Bruno very badly, right? And she ran to Bruno, petted him through the bus. Petting is nothing but patting. Animals, they feel so happy if at all we pat on their back body, from the neck to the back, spine and all we touch, they feel so happy. So the same thing, she started doing it, and it stood on his head in delight. Head in the sense, the animals' funny acts, they do it, they upside down also, they will just tumble here and there. The same way, that's nothing but, expressing their happiness. Only the people who tame them, only the ones who really know the love and affection, and the one who has only the bond of love between, only will understand these kind of things. So it started expressing its happiness to his own mistress. Then for the next 3 hours, what did they do? She would not leave that cage, and she gave him. Now you all know what all it was fond of eating and drinking, so all the things were served. She packed everything for Bruno from home while she was starting itself. She started giving him tea, lemonade, cake, ice cream, what not. So all the things, whatever they were a favorite for our little Bruno, everything was served. Then the closing time came, and we had to leave. But my wife cried bitterly. So when the moment has come to leave Bruno again back in the cage, and it was a time for the mistress also to leave narrator's wife, then she cried bitterly, very badly. She started crying. And Baba also cried bitterly. Even Baba, though it is a sloth bear, there were tears in its eyes. Even the hardened curator and the keepers felt depressed. Why are they using the hardened curator? I tell you, children, the like caretakers and the people around who take care of like maintenance of all the animals and all, they will need to be so stubborn, rigid, and hard, physically and also mentally. So here you see by the way narrator's wife and Bruno, they had the love and affection between those two, and when the time has come for narrator's wife like to get parted from Bruno, they really could not even bear the way they were parting and all. Even they could not bear their parting. Being so hard is so, see, the one who has like stone hearted, we call them. So stone hearted people also, they became so emotional by looking at the way they both started expressing the love which they have to each other. And ask for me, I had reconciled myself to what I knew was going to happen next. The narrator immediately he could understand that now this is too much. I cannot really trouble my wife or even Bruno anymore. Then he had to rethink and he had to remake his mindset done to restore and even record that what he had to do now. He has reconciled, in the sense he had to restore the relationship of his wife and Bruno, because there is a certain sweet like relationship they both have it, that is called the bond of love. Then he felt that no, it is time now for me to restore, to bring back the same bond of love by making them together but not to be parted anymore. This is what is being taught by our narrator. 18th paragraph, let's see. Oh, please, sir, she asked the curator, may I have my Baba back? Then see, now the narrator's wife is pleading the curator, asking for the permission whether she could take Baba back to home. Please, could you? Then he replies saying, Madam, he belongs to the zoo and it's a government property now. Madam, now it is not your property. You have already given it to the zoo and zoo belongs to the government, so it is the government property now. We cannot really, give. I cannot give away government property, but if my boss, the superintendent at Bangalore, agrees, certainly you may have him back. Then he suggests, because even as they have described that he is the hardest man, but even then he also has become so emotional by looking at the way they both were crying. Then he had suggested, Madam, I don't have any authority to give you back Bruno, but there is my superintendent who sits in Bangalore office. If at all you can just go and meet him and get the acceptance and permission from him, then I can just let you have your Bruno back. So he is the one, the authorized person to give the permission to take Bruno back. Then immediately there followed the return journey to Bangalore. So immediately they started back to Bangalore and a visit to the superintendent's Bangalore. So they visited the superintendent's Bangalore also. A tearful pleading. Then it was a tearful in the sense like she was unable to control her tears. Then she started shedding tears even. She was literally into tears and she was requesting very submissively. Pleading is intensified the word of request. Usually for all the silly things, we don't use the word plead. Plead is intensified when somebody is really in grief and they want some favor, a big favor, then they would plead. So now she's pleading. Baba and I are both fretting for each other. So both of us are anxious to be together. I and even Bruno. So both of us are fretted. In the sense, we both are restless. We both are anxious to meet each other. Will you please give him back to me? Will you please permit me to take my Bruno along? Then he was a kind-hearted man and consented. As being a kind-hearted man, superintendent, immediately he has given his acceptance. Consented again. Acceptance. Then immediately he has accepted. Not only that, but he wrote to the curator. He also wrote a letter to the curator telling him to lend us a cage for transporting the bear to Bangalore, because it was not a small animal, to just put him in a car and get him back, right? Because it needs to be placed in a cage, and cage needed to be tied and put it in a lorry or somewhere, right? Because that's how it was brought. Then being a kind-hearted man, not only he has given his consent, but also he has arranged the transportation also. So how to take him back? Then back we went to Mysore again. Armed with the superintendent's letter, Baba was driven into a small cage and hoisted on top of the car. The cage was tied securely, and a slow and careful return journey to Bangalore was accomplished. So while coming, they provided a cage. So that was a favor and help done by the superintendent. So Bruno was kept in a cage, and that cage was kept on the car, and it was tied so tightly. And as they were starting, they had to drive very slowly because it was so heavy, which was kept on the car. So they started their journey back to Bangalore happily, and finally their journey is accomplished. In the sense, it is completed with the right productive outcome. What is the productive outcome, children, here? Bring back Bruno was their main intention. So now they could successfully bring back Bruno. Once home, a squad of coolies were engaged for special work in our compound. So now already he had a master plan in his mind, our narrator. Because now again the same problems he would need to face now. Tenants they complain. In and around people they complain. And Bruno is of big size now. It cannot sleep with them on their own beds. It cannot really keep running from hall to kitchen, kitchen to dining, what we have learned before. Then our narrator had a very good, very proper planning, very well in advance. Then he engaged some coolies, some laborers, to help him out to design a place where he can very comfortably place Bruno to enjoy its life. Then what did they do? Let us see. An island was made for Baba. An exclusive island, like a place, where all the four sides it is surrounded with a ditch. They would dig the ditch and all. So they made a proper, maybe he had used his backyard. They had a big place, backyard, very free place and all. So he had used that particular land where he could comfortably place Bruno there. Then it was 20 feet long and 15 feet wide. So they have given you even the measurement of that place also. 20 feet long and 15 feet wide, and was surrounded by a dry pit. So already he made all the things. Dry pit. Pit is means what, children? Pit is nothing but when you dig the land and all not of law, very deeper. So that is called pit. And moat also. Moat is nothing but children, whenever we want to fill the water and all, by using the submerged pump and all, we call it a sump, right? We fill the water in the sump. So that kind of sump. And 6 feet wide and 7 feet deep sump also is made. So 6 feet wide and 7 feet deep. A wooden box that once housed fowls was brought and put on the island for Baba to sleep. So they made a wooden box where comfortably Baba can sleep, Bruno can sleep. And once it was used for the fowls. Fowls are nothing but hens and chickens, kind of wherever they tame, they have those. Fowls are nothing but those kind of birds like hens and chickens. They used to be kept before. So that box now, it was made as a bed for Bruno to sleep comfortably and happily. And also what did they provide? They provided straw was placed inside to keep him warm and his baby. So as I said that straw has got a quality to give warmth in the winters and also to provide the cool environment around during summer. So in both the ways to subside all the requirements of Bruno, they spread even the straw in that wooden box for Bruno to sleep comfortably. And also they provided him his baby. What was baby, children? The twisted stick. Because his mistress used to say that, Baba, where is the baby? Then Bruno used to come running. Baba used to come running, taking that twisted stick along. So that baby also was given. And also his gun also was given back. Another stick was provided to Bruno to let him think as if it is a gun, taking and shooting by aiming at somebody. Then the piece of bamboo, both of which had been sentimentally preserved. So mistress, she really could not throw those things once Bruno was sent to the zoo. So somehow, somewhere, at one particular corner of her heart, she still had that hope that one fine day Bruno would come back, and it would definitely needed to be given this cradled baby and also gun. So her hope, her optimistic mentality, made it to come true. Then since she had been sent away to the zoo, were put back for him to play. Then she preserved them, and now yes, of course, you could see Bruno playing with. In a few days, the coolies hoisted the cage onto the island and Baba was released. So as soon as many coolies, they were engaged, they quickly just started doing the work, and one fine day, the work was finished, and its cage was placed in the same place where it was provided, and which was a 20 feet long and 15 feet wide. And he was delighted as soon as Baba was placed in that particular place, where it could see everywhere a vacant land and where it can jump high and play and all. So even it was so blissful, very happy, very delighted. Standing on his hind legs, so front legs, front forward legs, like it looks so funny if at all you look at the posture of the bears, whenever they would like to express their happiness, they stand. Hind legs are nothing but front to frontward legs, they stand frontward, so their lower abdominal body would go up like seesaw, how you see. So it looks so funny. So that tells us that it was so happy. Then he pointed his gun and cradled his baby. So it started using all the things. So even see the way it has got attachment with a twisted stick, thinking it as a baby, and another stick, bamboo stick, thinking it as a gun and all. So as soon as it could see all the playful things there, immediately started playing. My wife spent hours sitting together on a chair there while he sat on her lap. So yes, our even narrator's wife is very happy. So she sat there just observing the happiness of Bruno sitting on a chair. So Bruno used to even come, Baba used to come and sit on her laps also. And he was 15 months old. So how old was Baba or Bruno now? 15 months old and pretty heavy too. You should never forget about its size, children. Though it is only 15 months, if it is a human baby 15 months, we still live them. But when it comes to the size of Bruno, that is a sloth bear which is heavy, big in size. Then the last paragraph, children. The way my wife reaches the island, so very funny way. This I want each one of you to please visualize. How would this happen? When you visualize, you will feel funny and you will burst into laughter also. So now you see here. The way my wife reaches the island, because very tall compound wall is built, constructed there, where Bruno, it cannot jump out, and even others outsiders cannot jump in also. Either way, safety is important, right? Then how would she go there? How would narrator's wife go there? Let's see. Then narrator plans something interesting here. I have tied a rope to the overhanging branch of a mango. So he tied a rope to one of the branches of mango tree with a loop on its end. What is loop, children? Loop is nothing but where you can see a comfortable placement of your leg, of one of your feet can be placed there, like with which there will be a power of we call it as flexibility, right? What is yes, flexibility. So he placed one loop at the end, putting one foot in the loops. So how would she jump and how would she go? Let's see. She used to put one of her feet on the loop and she kicks off with the other. Then she kicks off with the other. Then with that force, as she is kicking the other one pull she is putting one of her feet and other one is kicked away. Then she is forcefully, with that force, she just goes and jumps and comfortably lands in the place where Bruno is kept. To bridge the 6-foot gap, and that constitutes the width of the surrounding pit, 6-foot gap, she has to jump that. Then that's how she used to manage all the way. The return journey is made the same way. So the way she used to go, the same way she used to come back also. She used to keep one of her feet, on one loop, and another loop was kicked away. Then with the force of the same thing, she used to jump. Then the same way she used to come back. But who can say now that a sloth bear has no sense of affection? Now everybody, the ones who have given the wrong opinion about Bruno, and the ones who used to complain about Bruno, now they all had to, just maintain silence. They had to shut their mouth because no more complaints from Bruno. And who would say that sloth bear would not have any emotions or affection? No memory, because as soon as it could come, as soon as it could see the twisted stick as a baby and the bamboo stick as a gun and all, of course it has a lot of memory. So nobody can say that sloth bears or wild animals would not have love and affection and no sentiments, no emotions. They are the fools who come in this way. And no individual characteristics. Of course, every living being has the individual characteristic. So I believe all of you might have enjoyed the story, children. So this is the bond of love between our narrator's wife and the sloth bear, which was named as Bruno and also Baba. So if you look at the questions, children, quickly we can just gear at the questions as well. I got him for by accident. Who says that? Why and all? It's a narrator, because it was not his main intention to bring back. Right? Then he stood on his head in delight. Who? He is referring to it's a boy, we have already understood, right? So it was the sloth bear which was named as Bruno. We all missed him greatly, but in a sense we were relieved. So what was their relief? And we stand for the whole family and even the tenants also. On 2 occasions, Bruno ate or drank something that should not be eaten and drunk. What happened? One was a rat killer poison, another one was used engine oil, from old car it has been taken. I'm just giving you the clues, children. It is you will need to expand the answer into 30 to 40 words and you will need to make your answer. Was Bruno a loving and playful pet? Of course, yes. Why? Then why they had to send him away? Because it was only the problem with the outsiders, the tenants, the people around started complaining. But otherwise it was of course a very playful animal. How was the problem of what to do with Bruno finally solved? With the planning. That is 21st paragraph answer. How did the narrator plan to make a comfortable and convenient place which was having, like, they just have given like a 20 feet long and 15 feet wide area was given. So that's how we have come to an end of 9th lesson, and we'll start with another poem in the next session, children. I believe all of you have enjoyed it, and please attempt all the questions which are being given in the worksheets. And hopefully we shall meet in the next session with the snake time. So this is Vijaya signing off. See you.